When it comes to the rate of women murdered by men, Wisconsin ranks 8th in the nation for intimate partner violence.
McKenna Alexander breaks down the latest data and explains why this is happening so frequently in our state. McKenna.
Yeah, around this time every year, the Wisconsin Policy Center publishes the most recent edition of its annual study, Why Men Murder Women. The updated report is nothing short of alarming. And while October marks Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it's clear that here in Wisconsin, awareness can sometimes be the difference between life and death. The Violence Policy Center's latest study paints a picture of Wisconsin that's difficult to believe but important to understand. Using data from the FBI's Supplementary Homicide Report, the study found in 2020 the national domestic violence homicide rate for 100,000 females was 1.34. In the same year, Wisconsin reported a rate of 2.05, equating to 60 victims. That number may not seem much until you look at previous years. From 2019 to 2020, there was a 150% increase in Wisconsin domestic violence homicides. From 2015 to 2020, a 250% increase. And from 2010 to 2020, a 300% increase. Advocates attribute Wisconsin's high rate of domestic violence homicide to four main things. The first, access to guns. And Domestic Abuse Wisconsin's 2021 homicide report found of the perpetrators that used a firearm to murder an intimate partner, over 1/3 were not legally able to possess one.
The ability to obtain that firearm is a huge hindrance and leads to more perpetration.
Next, not enough protection for victims.
A lot of times what we see is someone will file a restraining order and there is a form that you can fill out to surrender firearms. And so oftentimes perpetrators who are allowed to have guns keep their guns because they hunt.
Third, a lack of understanding when it comes to domestic abuse.
Perpetrators need to be held accountable and victims need to be helped and not shamed.
And finally, awareness.
People need to step up and people need to realize that this is happening in your neighborhood.
For more details about both of the domestic violence homicide reports referenced in this story, just visit channel3000.com.